Good morning, guys. So this is our very first read aloud. So I'm going to do a read aloud every week with the story we're going to be reading. So if you don't have your book, you can just follow along, look back at this read aloud, and then answer your weekly questions from our read aloud. Okay, so let's get started. So this week our story is Where on Earth is My Bagel? Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so where on earth is my bagel? So we're gonna first look at the title page and kind of decide, is this story fiction or is it nonfiction, and how do we know? So I'm gonna give y'all a few moments to look at it. Okay, so I see like the skies like swirlies. I see there's grass, and then there's like a little, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy yet. I see that he or she has like a crayon or a marker in their hands. I think it might be a girl because right here it kind of looks like a braid. Um, I also see that she's wearing different clothes than usual, so she might be from a different culture. And this story is fiction because there's not real pictures, right? There's not real pictures. This is not a picture of a real person. Okay, so Where on Earth is My Bagel by Francis Park and Ginger Park. So illustrated by Grace Lynn. Once there was a boy named Young, so we were wrong, it was a boy. Once there was a boy named Young, who lived in a village where the mountains met the sky. There were waterfalls rushing into streams of darting fish. There were lilacs gently blossoming on every hillside, but there was no New York bagels. So I see the little boy there on a hill with a lot of water, and there's fish in the water. And I'm guessing he lives in this village on the mountains. And there's a lot of fish. Okay. How a New York bagel popped into Young's head was a mystery. Perhaps it came to him in a dream, smothered with cream cheese. So smothered means there's so much cream cheese on the bagel. Or maybe he heard sparrows singing of bagel crumbs in Central Park. However it happened, Young could not stop thinking about a golden brown bagel with a curious hole in the middle. So if you've ever seen a bagel, it's a circle and it has a little hole in the middle. So it kind of looks like a donut, but it's not a donut. The very idea made his tummy growl and his mouth water. Young declared, "I want a bagel." We're going on to the next page. Now, dreaming about a New York bagel and actually eating a New York bagel were two worlds apart. Young wondered, where can I find a bagel? He wondered and wondered until he came up with an idea. I will send a message, he said. So he sat on a rock and began to write. Ooh, so I love this letter. It starts with, Dear New York, I would like to order one bagel to go. Please send it to me as soon as possible. Respectfully yours, Young in Korea. Ooh, so now we know where he lives. He's from Korea. Young carried his message to a mountaintop where birds flocked. Soon a pigeon landed on his shoulder. Young tied his message to the bird's tiny leg, and the pigeon flew off into the clouds. Pigeon, he cried, please return with my bagel. Does anyone think he's going to actually get his bagel from the bird? Okay. So Yum Young waited and waited on the mountaintop. He waited until the sun dipped below the mountains. He waited until the sky was blanketed with stars. But the pigeon did not return with his New York bagel. So he hasn't gotten it yet. Yum Young decided that his bagel must be lost. Perhaps the pigeon dropped his bagel on the wrong mountaintop. Or maybe it was delivered to the wrong person. However, it happened. Yum Young would not give up hope. A search was in order. Yum Young declared, "Where on earth is my bagel?" The next morning, Yum Young visited Farmer On, who was pushing his plow in a field of wheat. "Excuse me, Farmer On," Yum Young said. "Have you seen my missing bagel?" Farmer On wiped the sweat off his forehead. So he wiped the sweat off his forehead. "Bagel? What in a farmer's field is a bagel?" So right here, he's confused. He might not know what a bagel is. "It is round and it has a hole in the middle," Yum Young explained. Farmer On said with a nod. He pointed to his plow wheel. "Is that a bagel?" So here's a little picture right here of what a plow wheel looks like. Yum Young frowned. "No, that is not a bagel. I am sorry, Yum Young," Farmer On said. "I know about what wheat that grows from the rich brown earth, but I know nothing about bagels." So this is wheat right here in the picture. And the Farmer On only knows about wheat. He doesn't know what bagels are. I wonder why he doesn't know what bagels are. Do you think everyone should know what a bagel is? Okay. Next, Yum Young visited Fisherman Key, who was on his boat shaking slippery fish out of his net. So slippery is like when you can't hold something and it's slippery and you almost have to, you might even drop it because it's so slippery. "Excuse me, Fisherman Key," Yum Young shouted. "Have you seen my missing bagel?" Fisherman Key threw his net back into the water with a splash. "Bagel? What in the salty sea is a bagel?" "It is round and it has a hole in the middle," Yum Young explained. "Oh," Fisherman Key said with a nod. He pointed to his life ring floating below. "Is that a bagel?" So he's pointing to his little float. He said, "Is that a bagel?" Yum Young frowned. "No, that is not my bagel." "I'm sorry, Yum Young," Fisherman Key said. "I know about fish that swim in the sea, but I know nothing about bagels." Next, Yum Young visited Beekeeper Lee, who was collecting honey from a beehive. "Excuse me, Beekeeper Lee," Yum Young hollered from a distance. "Have you seen my missing bagel?" Beekeeper Lee raised her bee veal. "Bagel? What in the sweet name of honey is a bagel?" "It is a round and has a hole in the middle," Yum Young explained. "Ah," Beekeeper Lee said with a nod. She pointed to this thick swarm of bees circling over her head. "Is that a bagel?" Yum Young frowned. "No, that is not my bagel." "I am sorry, Yum Young," Beekeeper Lee said. "I know about the buzzing business of bees, but I know nothing about bagels." So it seems like all these people only know about their jobs. They only know, since she's a beekeeper, she only knows about bees. The fisherman only knew about fish. Okay? They don't know what bagels are. Yum Young sat down on a quiet hillside and moaned. All hope for a bagel seemed lost. Then a delicious smell tickled his nose. He sniffed curiously. Where was it coming from? Yum Young looked into the valley and blinked with delight. So delight means he was happy. He blinked with happiness. There was Oh Heavenly Bakery. Yum Young rushed into Oh Heavenly Bakery, where Baker, who was making one of her famous rice cakes. Baker, oh, Yum Young pleaded, please tell me you have my missing bagel. Baker, oh, sprinkled a few pine nuts on the rice cake. Bagel? What in a baker's kitchen is a bagel? It is round and it has a hole in the middle, Yum Young explained. I am very sorry, Yum Young, Baker O said. I have not seen your missing bagel, but maybe that pigeon tapping at the window has better news for you. Who thinks he has better news? Okay. Baker O opened the window. The bird flew in and landed on Yum Young's shoulder with a message. While Baker O fed the pigeon rice cake crumbs, Yum Young read the message aloud. Dear Yum Young, thanks a million for your order of one bagel to go. I'm really sorry, but my bagels only stay fresh on the same day they're made. So I'll do the next best thing and send you the secret recipe for my #1 New York bagel. Good luck, Joe. From Joe's To Go Bagels. P.S. Recipe on the other side. Ooh, okay. So Baker O studied the recipe, then frowned. I wonder why she's sad. I am afraid I do not have all the special ingredients to make a New York bagel, Yum Young. My sweet rice cakes are made with rice, sugar, and water. This bagel calls for flour, sea salt, and honey. Yum Young jumped. Did you say flour, sea salt, and honey? Yes, Baker O replied. I will return, Yum Young promised. What do you think his idea is? She said flour, sea salt, and honey. What's his big idea? Where is he going? Okay, let's see. And indeed, he did return with Farmer On and Fisherman Key and Beekeeper Lee. I have the flour, exclaimed Farmer On. I have the sea salt, exclaimed Fisherman Key. And I have the honey, exclaimed Beekeeper Lee. It was time to make a New York bagel. Baker O tied an apron around Yum Young's waist. Following the recipe, Yum Young instructed Farmer On to sift flour into a mixing bowl. He instructed Fisherman Key to sprinkle in the sea salt. He instructed Beekeeper Lee to spoon in the golden honey. Then Baker O poured in the water and tossed in a pinch of yeast. Yum Young kneaded the fragrant dough. So the fragrant means like the smelly, like it smells good, the good smell of dough, and formed into a ring shape. He perfected the edges and especially for the hole in the middle. He dropped the dough into a large pot of simmering water. Minutes later, it floated to the top. Then Yum Young sprinkled it with sesame seeds, and into the oven it went. Yum Young watched the dough magically puff higher and higher until it nearly filled the whole oven. Until it was golden, it was a golden brown bagel. The bagel was so big that Farmer On, Fisherman Key, Beekeeper Lee, and Baker O had to help Yum Young carry it out of O's Heavenly Bakery. They all grunted as they set the bagel down under a persimmon tree on the quiet hillside. Yum Young broke off a piece of the bagel for each of his friends. Said Fisherman On. Oh, said Fisherman Key. Oh, sorry, Farmer On. Ah, said Beekeeper Lee. And said Baker O. The moment had finally come for Yum Young to eat his New York bagel. He closed his eyes and took his first bite. It was a perfect bagel with a hint of honey, so sweet it made him sigh. It was soft and plump and chewy and delicious all in one bite. It was so heavenly he could even taste the curious hole in the middle. Yum Young declared, at last. I have my bagel. So the end. I hope y'all like that story. So this story you're gonna use all week. So again, the title is "Where on Earth is My Bagel?" We listen to this story all week, and you're gonna answer questions throughout the week using this story. Okay. So if you want to read with your book and read with me, you can do that. Or if you just want to listen to the story multiple times, you can do that as well. So I hope you like the read aloud. Next week, we'll be listening to a different story. I hope you have a great week, guys. Keep up the good work. Y'all are doing awesome. Don't stop now. Okay. See y'all guys soon.